Yeah.
I hate hearing that. Hello, everybody. You know, it
It's
surprised
what
me.
it
It
is.
just switched over. Hello, everybody. But to finish up the thought, yeah, I hate hearing that, but I know that's just because you guys like the game. And so I stomach it. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is JC to session 128 of Papihos D&D.
Oh my god.
I'm joined here for the first stream of the new year with Helminia, James, Alpha, Suzanne, and Jazz. 5 wonderful people who are going through my little world and seeing what there is to see and what there is to do. It's been a while. Not gonna lie. The last time we all talked, it was a bit of a jump ago, and so a pretty intense recap is probably in order. But before that, just to kind of get it out of the way, as it is a new year, I hope everyone had a happy new year and a wonderful time for both Christmas and New Year, that we took all of it off. And if you're watching the stream live or a rerun on YouTube, please make sure to follow if you're on Twitch or subscribe if you're on YouTube. We love playing this game, but knowing that we're making it for other people who enjoy it makes it just as fun. And with that, I think it's time to get back into the story. Where we last left off, you were entangled in a heated deadlock with Lacom, the Collector, the final bastion of the Ascended. High above in her obsidian tower, with 3 allies' lives at stake as well as your own, as Barris, Jaylene, and O'Brien were kept as prisoners and released one by one in the ensuing combat. As you all were slowly worn down, Lacom eventually took on her form as a skeletal Dragolich, fighting through the air with bullets ringing out from Nime's gun, Zex casting fly, and Suna plummeting towards the ground before stopping herself. You all fought the bestial Ascended until finally, with a massive burst of power, the dragon was brought back to the roof of the building, where it seems, released from Lacom's influence, the building could not support itself on its own. Falling and crumbling down, each of you, instead of seeing yourselves plummet to your end, and instead saw bright white light. You all woke up in different places. Rem, Zex, Gil, Suna, Nime, you all woke up one by one. Rem with your Lady of Grief, congratulating you and thanking you for your presence and help. Gilgamesh with Cord, congratulating you and slightly chastising how you carry yourself. Nime and Zex with... are they gods or are they followers or champions themselves, bringing you along, telling you that there's more that needs to be done and things that you need to lay eyes on? And Suna with Mistra herself, looking as powerful as ever and more divine than you've ever laid eyes on. However, as the 5 of you were led towards 12 massive divine thrones, in the middle of the plains, you each were coming to the understanding that you were at or past the divine gate. Something has happened that has allowed the five of you to arrive, albeit in different stages of opacity. A few people, Suna and Zek specifically, are completely opaque, while others, such as Nime, Rem, and Gil, flicker like images of light cast upon a wall. The creatures or beings that you've seen are an elven woman wrapped in shadow, you know as the Lady of Grief, guiding Rem, the warrior god himself, his hair alight and changing into different helmets of battle, Cord, a being of scrolls and tattoos leading Zex, a large, divine, Victorian-esque Gothic angel leading Nime, and of course, all of you now seeing no matter what, Mystra, the goddess of magic herself. The beings besides Mystra, some of them, the angel, specifically from Nime's, move over to the side of one of the thrones, and you watch as almost she becomes nigh invisible. You have to specifically focus on her in order to see her. She becomes less than a fly on the wall. As the other figures, the Lady of Grief, Cord, and the person wrapped in scrolls, well up to a massive, incomprehensible size and begin to take to thrones, Cord being in the middle, with the Lady of Grief taking a seat next to where Rem was led. They all swell up as different forms of energy. You watch as the sound of crashing waves fills a throne, enveloping in the spray of sea. You can see a flash of crackling lightning begin to take form and then settle into a large, like mirrored imaged form, slightly flickering of arcane magic, of a man with a hefty white beard and a long brimmed wizard hat. You can see another man, very plain tan skin, toned body with chains and barbed wire around his arms and neck. There is a massive platinum dragon that moves and crouches onto a chair that then spreads like the rock face of a cave, like a mountain overlook that this dragon moves onto. Another one, a figure of a knightly form, this massive armor with a sword that appears in their hand as they sit down, and as they plant it, it dissipates into shimmering light. These figures all begin to move and take up these throned spaces. And the last thing all of you hear, ringing in your head like a sudden storm: "And now, we will talk." And I think we're just in the session. The figures all kind of move forward, and in a sense, the air has become heavy. Every single one of you feel the pressure. You've almost become 50 pounds heavier, like you've put on a vest filled with lead. As the figures look on each other, some of them seem as equals, and others look towards Cord. "We must remember, it has been a long time since those who have not fully transformed and traversed the plains have managed to lend an ear to us. and so we must be careful with how we address them and put ourselves forward. With that, I bring forth to all of you the current champions of the realm. We have Rem, champion Vandria Guildmoth, the Weeping Mistress. We have Zex, champion of knowledge and skeptic. We have Nime, champion of strategy, build, and her own place in war. Gilgamesh, my personal champion. And of course, the champion of the Mistress of Magic, Suna. One of you should be able to stand before us without death instant and oblivion swift. And yet, because of one person's leanings and another god's eyes, the five of you stand before the shifting council. We welcome you as observers and witnesses to the flowing of time and the movement of divinity. You can hear the movements of speech. It's an odd feeling. You hear the chorus of these people. There should be 12 voices that are raised, both to and against the five of you. And instead, it sounds like there's nearly 100. All of them indiscernible. All of you can make religion checks.
Can I have advantage?
Yes.
11.
11.
22.
22.
9.
I got
9.
nat 20, baby. Let's go.
Rem.
22.
22. Zex, Rem, Gil, you all are bouncing off of each other of this kind of knowledge that goes. Gilgamesh, as you focus in on the voices, you realize you hear Cord's voice cut cleanly and clearly through the chorus of other gods. Rem, you pick up different things that the Weeping Widow speaks up and affirms basically your place and your belonging to be here as an audience. And Zex, you, well, can't understand any of it. As you look back and forth, all of you exchange this look, and without needing to exchange words, you realize you don't understand them because in this moment, they're not bothering to be understood. As deities of this, language is but simply a barrier that restricts you all. As they have basically a native tongue that is all language and no language. These deities can talk freely right in front of you with no chance of any of you understanding.
Hey,
How-
JC.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll again with linguist as the basis to parse the language of the gods?
I just said there is no language, so no.
To parse the unspoken language. I'm aligning my soul.
This is not possible, so no.
Damn.
How far are the other 4 from me?
You would say, I would say probably about 60 feet from you at any point.
Okay.
I'd say the furthest away from you is 60.
Okay. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. As you all kind of see this chorus of gods move forth, one pushes themselves forward. It is the armored figure, and as they step forward and their two massive gauntleted hands wrap around each other, you all become immediately aware that this is Helm, who is the god of watching, life, and war. These are our audience, but who... The perpetrator still needs to be named. Although we all know who is on trial, the trial must still start, and procedures must be followed. Cord nods and gestures one hand as it moves. Lightning kind of pulls out of his fingertips in a direction, and it almost seems like the clouds that are hovering over it, of the center of this dozen thrones, kind of parts to just be open air. And Suna, you see Mistra step out. They are now in the center.
Can I don't have subtle spell. I want to note this very quickly. Can I subtly point at Rem and cast message?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah?
That's an 8.
8.
But that's fine.
You cast message. What's your message?
Rem, I'm not going back to the material plane. That's my message. Rem can reply.
I can reply?
You can, and only I can hear it according to the spell.
And you're gonna get a response of... And is that of your own will? And Rem's gonna look at you quizzically.
I'm going to recast message. This is the deal that I made with Mistra. It's my turn to hold up my end of the bargain, essentially.
You get a one-word response back. Watch.
Those of you with high passive perceptions, Nime, Rem, Zex, and Suna, because you're the one doing it, so sorry, Gil. Suna, you feel the gaze of the Watcher on you. Not saying anything, not telling you to not do it, just acknowledging.
Watching. I'm going to point at Zex and cast message.
You are not stopped.
Did. Oh, did you die? I'll do what I can for you.
That's not necessary. It seems like you're just as dead as I am.
And yet, I'm going to recast message. And yet it seems our circumstances are quite different here.
We'll see.
That's all from me for now.
Mistra steps forward into the empty air, her feet floating. No matter how much you all were able to return to her, no matter how filled and healthy the rest of her body looks, it is unmistakable that her arms are too short, hidden by the cloak. And as her hands move up, you can see that they are vague, arcane ghosts of blue and purpline swirling energy. As she holds her hands up, as though someone who is about to address judge, jury, and executioner. This is my fault. I do not deny the last 7 of my children have done horrible things. However, my guilt is not in them running abound, it is by me being blinded. The weave that I created and blessed the plains with is meant to be a gift for everyone, and to be such and distributed freely to everyone, I needed champions. However, I lost sight quite quickly of how careful I needed to be. I made every choice that I could to right the imbalances that I had placed upon the world. A flurry of spray of sea and water moves forward and takes the form of this massive tritoned woman with these scales along the side of her neck that take on the form of the ocean when it's still at night and you see thousands of stars reflect in them. This skin tight, like almost wetsuit that covers her body that then gives away to golden scales along her arms as she moves forward and crouches almost against the edge of the throne, her waist below still being this raging tide of the ocean. And you thought to fight fire with fire. Kill your chosen by making more. Every single one of these creatures that stand here today have a piece of you in them, just like your wretched children do. Or should I say did. You've learned nothing, and you deserve nothing. We should take away your new toys. Well, you can't break them yourself. The man in armor kind of moves back, his gauntlets kind of cracking as they move. And yet, your presence is only allowed here because of her folly and mistake. You should be grateful. Just because it benefits me doesn't mean she shouldn't burn. And you can hear another chorus kind of lights up as Mistress' hands finally move by to her sides. You all kind of look around, and you all notice that you've either unwillingly or unconsciously taken half a step forward. You don't know exactly when this happened. What needs to happen, as a deeper voiced man moves forward, this other man, he was just simply a very pale figure clothed with his arms clasped together, almost like he was praying. But as he moves forward, almost like one of those two image paintings that shift as he moves forward, his entire face peels away into a skull. The balance of the world has been upset. The weave flows more than it has for over a millennia. People died in drafts, and, well, today still marks another of mass death. We do need to decide whether the weave is practical anymore. Rem, you're going to say something?
I was going to ask you, am I being, like, afflicted by an ability right now? Like, am I being beckoned forth by something beyond myself?
If you reach in on it, you do realize that it was simply when the goddess addressed the five of you, as Mistress Toys, by the way, her simply addressing you pulled the five of you forward half a step. Just her talking.
Kind of like a loose command spell was casted?
Almost. If you want to try and make the DC 35, you are welcome to.
What's the thing?
What's the thing?
Is it wisdom?
It is wisdom.
Shit. I'd have to nat 20. I have a plus 12.
They have it enough to have it happen. So.
Do it. Roll it. Do it.
Oh, I have advantage, right?
It is the definition of magic. Do you want to...
It's not enough?
To defy a god at this point?
I take exception to being called a toy. I do attempt to take the step backwards.
Okay.
But a 27 is not enough.
No, it is not.
Am I regarded for my defiance?
She doesn't look at you at all.
Alright, continue the thing then.
Mistra goes and meets eyes with the lady who leaned forward, who all of you now know in your mind is Umberly, You may all cast me into fire or drown me beneath any number of oceans. The 5 of them are not involved. That seems unlikely. Your new toys broke your old ones. One of them is championed by you now, and you're saying they're not involved. Half of them are looked very favorably by the gods. The other 2 are tolerated enough to be here. All of you should be filled with water and sunk. We should wipe our hands clean of this. And you watch as she pulls her hands up. She swells to be the not moving into the center, but as Cord commanded the conversation, you can see this goddess moves and swells in sides and becomes the leader of this conversation. I move to wipe all of them from existence itself. It would be better if we start clean and away from them. No more interactions. Nothing.
I raised my hand.
JC, I've sent you something.
I have a lot of messages, actually.
I'd like a real quick answer before what's about to happen is about to happen.
You both are allowed to talk whenever you want to.
I'm allowed to talk? Okay.
Rem's not even gonna raise his hand and say in Celestial, I take exception to being called a toy.
And one of them speaks. Rem, you spoke in Celestial, and you know you did. The other 4 of you perfectly understand him.
Cool.
I take exception to being called a toy.
Well then, why don't you defend yourself? Rem, you feel compelled to walk towards the center.
By Umberly or just by the standards?
You don't know.
Am I being... Oh, I will approach the center, and I will do it confidently.
Okay. As you do, Mistra doesn't even seem to walk. She just floats backwards, relinquishing the central space to you. You stand in front of a pantheon of shifting beings. Those that do not speak seem to be instantly being replaced with others. A god coated in ferns and vines shifts out and is replaced by a female form in hardened red leather armor with glowing eyes, which is then moved on, and another person, the one that is scrolls, begins to roll up and disappear and is replaced by another very dark-skinned looking man with a large pompous hat and a ever-changing instrument in his hand. Rem, what do you say?
Mistra's influence upon us was to clean up the initial mess, not become a mess ourselves. It was a necessary step to get this done. And had we not taken in this influence, you'd have a different set of people standing before you today. So once again, I take exception to being called a toy and having my existence wiped away.
This is the man in armor. Helm. One does not relinquish divine power easily, and you say all of you can do so with no hesitation. You think that highly of your allies?
I relinquish mine. And I'm spirit form right now, right?
Yes, you are flickering.
Can I remove it from myself?
Would you like to try?
Yes. I will reach into my own soul and remove the boon. What am I rolling?
This is going to be a straight wisdom check, but as you feel your hand reach towards you, you will get advantage as you feel the blessing of the weeping mistress.
Mistress or
Yours.
Yours.
my boon?
Your goddess.
The blessing, not the boon.
What is the blessing here?
Advantage.
Advantage on your wisdom.
Oh, she gave me advantage. I'm like, am I removing?
You are being
My
supported.
I'm
You are
being supported. Oh,
supported.
all right,
Your
I'm
goddess
removing.
supports you. She's cheering you on very silently.
I'm removing the boon from my soul with a straight wisdom check. I got low. It's only a 13, and if it fails, I will forcibly attempt again, even if it puts me in danger.
Can I help Rem with this?
How? You even begin to
Good.
move forward and you feel the Watcher's eyes upon you. How do you help?
Well, could I not do what I did to take them, but like in reverse?
You
like,
can certainly
maybe-
try.
As the one who's been doing this, I'd like to try.
You step forward. As you move forward, you see the Watcher remains static. Cord leans forward in anticipation, and Umberly sneers as you move. And you feel the ever slight warmth of gratitude from the Lady of Grief.
So,
Soon,
yes.
you will get to make a charisma check. You will
Hides?
also get to add Rem's wisdom to it. And with it, advantage from the lady.
Okay. So no tides, but I already have advantage.
You do.
What is Rem's wisdom?
You receive a +5.
Okay.
Shit, want to be guided?
Can I be guided?
You can be guided.
That's a D4,
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
and this is a charisma roll.
Yes.
Okay.
You just get to add both the charisma and Rem's wisdom to it. So it is going to be +9.
Flat 30.
Well, how about that? Your hand extends the shard of Mystra that you've used to appropriate and delegate the shards and pieces of Mystra. You see Rem trying to reach into himself, and you lay a hand on his chest. Your eyes meet for 1 second, and you just see him nod slightly. And you thrust into your friend's chest. Rem, the pain is massive, and you nearly pass out just in the moment of this. It feels like your chest is being pulled open as you see this bulb of white and silver light pull out, stuck to the shard of Suna, and Rem, you feel your boon is gone.
I'm going to turn to Umberly. If this is the decision that must be made, take me and the other boons but leave them out of it. Let them go on.
In Suna saying this, can I step forward as well with Rem?
Step into the center.
Me as well.
Yeah. Just kind of in like a, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I need no blessings that come not from my lady. I'll give this up easily. I am saying it out loud. I need no blessings that do not come from my lady.
One by one, people step into the center to face down the suffocating eyes of the Pantheon. And you watch as with one...
I reach a hand out to Zex.
Zex.
I'm gonna send him a message.
Okay.
Join us.
Yeah, I'm walking up.
Damn.
That. You watch as first with Rem turning to Umberly, her sneer only seemed to widen, this massive row of shark teeth. And one by one you watch as you lessen the sneer of a god. Standing shoulder to shoulder, almost as a defensive formation, you all feel the weight of each of these sets of divine eyes upon you. Suna, you are still clutching the boon that you've pulled from Rem's body in your hand. Cord kind of leans back slightly in his chair. And so you shall be the first. The first to willingly. And this chorus winds through all of the gods again. You see Umberly sneers and moves back into her chair, her face contorting back into this wall of water and foam, removing herself momentarily from the conversation. I feel like it is time that the discussion be made then. Your point has been proven for the moment. It does not stop our main issue. The Divine Gate is broken. Slightly, but enough. That is how the 5 of you can be here, as well as other champions. And doing so provides us an opportunity to spare the plains from the weave as a whole. Remove ourselves, as you've seen the extent of the destruction fragments of a god can make. We may have you 5 be the last. A total collapse of the magical system on every single plane. They all become their own worlds, independent of each other.
Zax will step forward. A little
Ron
bit.
has something to say, but if Zex wants to start.
No, you can go first. Fire away.
So, dumb it down for me. He's effectively saying, remove the weave and just let the world do what it does.
Remove magic, divine and not.
I believe that would be a misstep. While the current system isn't perfect by any means, to remove it, mortals would only step forward and attempt to create something else. It would embolden them in the worst way possible. In this aspect, you can at least arbitrate it. But if you step away completely, it may create, in the long term, not within my lifetime, an issue. Mortals are selfish. And if they see something on the other side of the wall, they will ram their head into it to get to it. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Am I dead, or are we thinking?
Oh, my thing cut out. A new form moves forward. You see as the wizard that I described in the beginning, like just a massive shimmering form, moves forward and appears. And so, we do need as it seems you are in the unique circumstance of having the ear of every past, present, and future form of deity, so please, there are many ears that are being lent to your voice. If the current system is not perfect, then why not scrap it? Wipe the minds of the world and those who would look after and for it. Would you prefer that gods walk amongst the humanoids again? Surely those that can level continents by breathing would not be so suited to walk side by side with those that they watch over.
I think the system that would come after removing magic would be a cruel bastardization of anything we think it could be. People will create things. Things will slip in. Now things are slipping through the cracks. The system is not perfect. But to remove the system and allow the things that have slipped through the cracks to become the system goes beyond anything imaginable and unimaginable.
Straight divinity should not continue. You've all already volunteered yourselves to give up the piece of divinity that you have bestowed via your champion. However, there is another piece of divinity that is not within any of your forms. Mystra is still not complete, I'm sure you're aware. Might we say
But
the
surely-
most destructive portion of herself?
But surely we can't let it sit where it is.
No, we cannot. Might I say, to stop the world from being in danger, we must thrust it into the maw of destiny once more. Mystra?
If we retrieve those hands, will you let the other four go and live afterwards?
The man kind of pulls back from a second, and the gauntleted form of Helm leans forward. Those terms are possible. Of course, you would all have to give up your slice of divinity, but I believe we've moved past that. You'd be given slight advantages, temporary, but the will of the gods would be behind you. Make no mistake. This time, if you fail, it is more than the subjugation of one plane. This is raw, unfiltered, divine power of the hands that bore the weave and bestowed magic upon all mortal and immortal forms, shy of divinity. None of you could fight a god, but what are you putting yourself against is only partially shy of one.
I mean no disrespect, but you're talking as if that we've failed prior in some way.
You have not.
As
We-
far,
We did fail that one time.
I'm gonna kind of give Rem a nice, good little punch in the side.
I'm not gonna lie in front of the gods.
It's not like they're. It's not like they don't know. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I had to say. Is that this man is dissing on us.
In truth, we have no choice. We can't go back to a magicless world.
Nime is she's just kind of standing there very confused as she doesn't use magic very often, but she thinks about her sword. And she thinks about how sad she would be if she didn't have spells on that sword anymore.
Your cloak wouldn't work anymore.
Cloak doesn't work anymore. But she's just kind of standing there very awkwardly. She doesn't really even know why she's here, due to the fact she doesn't worship any sort of deity.
I got you a passport. Like, I don't really know what else to tell you.
Yeah, sorry, you've got a piece of Mystra in you.
No. I don't even like her.
Mm-hmm.
She knows.
Also,
But you like
Good.
me.
Yeah. I guess I do have the boon. That would mean that I have Mister in me. God damn it.
mm-hmm. You've been microdosing Faith this whole time.
You
Just like a little bit of coke here and there.
It's just like Christianity, great.
You are not incorrect. If magic was purged from the world, make no mistake, most of you would be shallow husks of what you once were. There are still divine influences on the material plane, and there will be. However, the hands of Mystra cannot stay there. They need to be returned to the divine gate. And then we will decide whether Mystra deserves to continue. As well as yourself, champion.
I do want to say, I'm now addressing Suna. What do you mean for? Why must you be punished for this? Am I dead again?
I don't know how to answer Rem right now.
Then I'll address the gods. You call her a champion, and she must be punished for that? By not being allowed to see the fruits of her labor?
It is unavoidable. Her destiny is intertwined with the fate of the Mistress of Magic. Her soul given over willingly and freely. You all may carry a piece of Mystra. She is a piece of Mystra.
I pose that it wasn't freely or willing. Willing,
I
maybe.
posed.
Freely, no.
I posed that it was.
Think of it. What took us to this point to require you to take on that burden from the very beginning? Soon your whole life has been marred by Mistra's influence. And in the moment when we needed her aid, you were the only one that would be able to take on the burden of allowing that to happen. You were forced into this contract, indirectly or directly by Mistra's actions. The deal was not fair, though it doesn't have to be, but I wouldn't call it willing, and I wouldn't call it free.
I've witnessed few things fair in that world. This is just what it is.
Regardless of such, we are in the presence of arguably the most powerful beings, and yet they can do nothing about this? Not a thing. And you know what? I want to be a little bit condescending about it too. I want to make them feel a little bad.
Addressing the
Make
gods.
No mistake. and Cord's voice covers you all like a storm cloud. Do not think of yourselves as hands or even weapons of the gods. You are the edge of a dagger, the tip of a spear, the butt of a rifle. If we took matters, as you refer to it, in our own hands, there would be little left to save. We work in broad strokes. You are the pieces we cherish and rely on for the fine details of the worlds. We cherish and nurture the edge of our blades. However, they are the one that must bear the flesh to cut into. The man with chains and barbed wire around his hands and neck, bare skin on everything except a loincloth around his waist, moves forward, and you can see the barbs digging into his skin as he moves forward. In a very soft voice, you all do feel almost a hint of that weight that has been here the entire time you've been among the gods lifted, just enough to notice as you see the young man's shoulders sag. This is Ilmater, the god of endurance. She is just in her statement. Burdens are rarely fair, and those who must bear the brunt of them rarely get to choose what they shift onto their shoulders. However, who you carry that burden alongside, as well as where you take it, those are the choices that every person has both pleasure and curse to do and choose. One of you see this while the others scoff. We are placing a burden upon the five. You are cherished champions. We do need you. It's why we are entertaining the thought of not existing ourselves, which you're not a fan of. I apologize that we can't take more from you. These are the burdens to bear. We trust that your shoulders are strong enough to carry them. stand silent before the gods. As Cord moves forward.
Rem's gonna look at Mistra and say, "You could undo this." The agreement was made with you. You can release her from service. You could.
Suna is what I rely on. And I understand that the four of you hate me for it, and that is fine. I am trying to make the world and the other planes livable, safe, and free from my mistakes. In doing so, Suna gets to be a part of something great and assist far beyond this. You think of this as the end of her. I do not take offense at your hate towards me, Rem. But I do take offense at what you think I am doing to her. This is not the end. It was never meant to be.
Suna deserves to see the world that she helped save with the rest of her natural lifespan. Why can she not be afforded this?
Because she is needed.
She's needed now, immediately.
I'm appalled by the fact that you, out of everyone, does not know and respect the call. You champion it yourself in front of the Lady of Grief. However, revolted by it when it comes from someone else.
It is not the nature of service that perturbs me about this.
Would you not die for your lady?
I would die for my lady.
I'm asking Suna to live with me. I see little difference.
Can she not live out the remainder of her life on the
My
material
lady
plane?
showed grace upon me. She transfigures me. She makes me stronger than any challenge that I may come to.
Message?
But what you have done with Suna,
I will see you again. Let it be.
it's not. I will say out loud, why?
It's my choice. Leave it be.
I'm gonna put a hand on Rem's shoulder and just kind of give him a look of, we gotta let it go.
I'm gonna look at Mistra, and before letting it go, I'm going to say, you know what I do and what has been done to Suna are not the same thing. And that's the last thing that Rem has to say about it.
She lets you have the last. Last word of that before move forward. The fates of the Mistress of Magic is irrelevant according to the last burden to be placed upon the 5 of your shoulders. What we need, and this is the wizard speaking, a full restraint of the hands of the weave. You must have already figured that the hands are kept below what is called Grey Wall, encased in red. Even a fragment of the god can be challenging enough to poise a religion of its own. And lesser beings of cruel malice, tyranny, and murder move to acquire it for insatiable purposes. If the Ascended did not get their hands on it, something or someone else would. And we ask for the 5 of you to return them.
I will aid in the retrieval of Mistress' hands.
The wizard bows his head towards you, this massive brimmed hat obscuring his eyes and half of his face. In a deep bow.
I'll bow back.
And to the rest of you, you have no general need to do this, but we must ask of you assistance. Will you lend a hand?
A hand in?
Retrieving Mistress.
You know, considering that I think this entire thing is bullshit, you're gonna have to fucking talk me into it.
As with some things, the end of the world is not enough. I understand.
You know,
Message? Nime? I've already bartered for your life. What more could you want?
am I even dead? Out of character. Is Nime dead?
You have no idea.
Bro! Suna, I don't even know if I'm fucking dead. And even if I am, doesn't matter.
Well, the thing is, they were gonna wipe us. They were gonna kill us.
Yeah.
So we had to convince them to not kill us.
I'm gonna take another step forward and pledge my hand to help.
I will assist for as long as the need is there.
No sane man would leave them down there. It's not really a question.
And yet
I'm gonna
you are
reach
asking
my
for me
hand.
to answer.
I'm going to reach my hand to Nime and see if she'll join us.
Nime is still very hesitant. Not because of the, saving the world bit. It's not about that. It's the fact that after even being here, even being an audience to the gods, it still proves that she can still hold so much, disrespect for them. She just doesn't. For Suna, sure.
Yes, you cut
For
out a
Mishka,
lot.
fuck no.
That's all I ask.
You see the gods all kind of step back and almost shimmer as a voice that one of you is more familiar with and the rest joins the conversation. Nothing that they should be tasked with doing should be for the sake of any of us. We are but simply gods. For themselves and for those they love. We are humbled to be able to witness and assist in any way we can. As the form of Vandria Gilmarth, the weeping lady, addresses all of you. Silent observers we have been for a long time. It is our duty to make things as favorable for our children as possible and allow them to do great things. In moving forward, all of you champions, heroes of the realm and beyond, you have my gratitude, my blessing, and my love. I will do my best to make sure the others follow suit. You've done more for all of us than you could ever know, and that is my regret. A thing I can give you is time. I will stretch the seconds into hours for you and allow you rest, respite, and a space to breathe. It is the least I or any of us can do, and even our most is too little. She pulls herself back, enveloping in deep silk black, veiled His cord swells his lungs to take back control. And with that, a final destiny. The Lady of Grief has given you refuge. Questions can be asked to the ether, and responses will be had. But for now, rest and steel your spirits for a battle against a god. This flash of lightning, and you see he disappears, and with that, the other seats filter out and disappear, leaving more suddenly than they arrived. The last thing you see from the gods on top is the face of Umberlee in the swirling to the side of you. Just enough to make sure that all of you notice as she sneers, poking her head out one more time before vanishing in a spray of foam, leaving the five of you with Mistra, the only one who stayed behind in the moment. Rem, the only difference between you and the other four is you still do feel the presence, much like you're used to, of the Lady of Grief.
Can I give Rem the boon back for this?
If you attempted to, I would deny it. I don't want it. I've had too much influence from outside sources. My lady is enough for me, even if it kills me. I don't want it anymore. Keep it for yourself.
Can you actually also remove mine?
Anyone else?
Mine too.
I guess if everybody else, if all the cool kids are doing it, I guess I'll do it.
Rem has a real reason. You guys don't gotta do that.
Mine might suck a little bit, but I think it's
All for one and
the
one
better.
for all, right?
Exactly.
My only thing is, we might want this next, for what comes next.
Didn't the
Alright.
gods say they would temporarily bolster us?
They did say that.
It doesn't mean the extra help won't help more.
I don't know
But
if
if you're sure,
I'm sure. I want no more of Mistra's influence.
I'm a little bit tired of having a piece of her stuck in me.
I'm good.
I'm just mad, and I'm probably gonna stay mad, and I will tear out my own heart if you don't take this boon.
okay. Gil,
You used them.
It'll be nice to prove myself knowing that it's all just me.
so do I gotta roll again, or
No, you don't have to roll. Well, with Mistra actually being there, she can, without touching
Oh.
any of you, her hand pulls, and each of you feel this tugging sensation. And it's not quite as dramatic, or I should mention as painful as it was for Rem.
Rem rip that shit out.
But Zex, Gilgamesh, and Nime, the silvered white boons are extracted from your bodies. And they're just floating. Mistra does this silently with nothing to add. She stands on the edge, moved away from the five of you.
I suppose I will do what my party members have told me, and I will take them.
Okay.
You might as well. She's forcing everything else upon you. You might as well.
Suna, you have every single boon.
Can you just send me a list of the names of them? I have the book.
Yeah.
Got high magic. You got 40 extra HP. You can heal half of your max HP once you dip below half. You have advantage at saving throws against magic. You're immune to lightning and thunder. You have a
20 to any
spell
roll.
slot. And not 20 to any roll.
Oh my god.
That's 7 of them.
That's not a nat 20, it's a plus 20.
Plus
It's a plus.
20.
It's same
20.
shit.
To
Oh
anything.
my
Effect-
god. What have we done? What have we made?
You've definitely made a champion.
Mistra's still here.
She's still there. And as Suna presses these boons into her, you watch as her eyes take on this ethereal glow. Her hair kind of moves gracefully. Her form almost grows a bit, like she expanded in scale by maybe 2 or 3 inches. Rem, Zex, Nime, Gilgamesh, please make a religion check.
Do I get advantage on this one?
Yeah. This is kind of your... Not...
My bread and butter.
It is because of cleric. Not necessarily because of your subclass.
It's okay. Decent enough.
23.
23.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys got higher than I did. All right, where's Gil with the 2?
Where's Gil?
Yo.
Actually, quite the opposite. Bozo, I got an 18.
I also got an 18.
Except mine's different because I don't have a modifier.
Oh my god.
You have a +1 modifier.
For religion?
Yeah, for your intelligence. Do you not have any bonuses?
My intelligence is a 0. Always
Damn,
has
fuck.
been.
Loser.
Oh, good man.
What a man.
I'm averagely smart.
You
Just
got
like
just
everybody
enough
else.
to not be a beast.
Mm-hmm.
You all... The cat's a little out of the bag with Suna. Her form does not fully encapsulate that of a human. Those of you that were fighting next to her in the battle against Lacom remember that when you cast Hold Person, if that person is no longer a human or a humanoid, the spell fails. Suna is well and truly a divine being, an angel. Suna, we'll discuss what you get. In a little bit.
Later.
In a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Rem, unless if there is something people want to say, you do feel a pull of your deity off in a direction where you feel you can go. But if nothing else, you also feel sated and reassured that you have time.
I will look at Mistra. This very well may be the last time I ever get to discuss this with you. But you said earlier that it's strange that I'm so abhorrent to what Suna may do when I myself am in service. Do you truly believe they are the same thing?
I believe that they are worthy of comparison. True dedication and I am not as full of ignorance and pride as to say that I do not need her. I very desperately do. And be so, soon I must be forced to look at the larger picture, the wider timeline, the massive scale on a divine level. You're thinking of 40, 50, 60 years. I'm thinking for millennia.
Is there truly no way whatsoever, that Suna may enjoy just a little bit more of the time that they would have? It doesn't have to even be that much. Just enough. Suna took you in and became what they needed to be for you. Despite your actions marring their life from the very beginning. I know it's a lot to ask. It truly is. And I'm not trying to absolve Suna of her fate in entirety. But what I am asking for is that you give her the gift of time so that she may see the world that she saved as it is and not as just a speck in the greater picture. The other gods cannot force you. It would be too great. But I ask you, look at what we have done for you, what she has done for you, and what she will continue to do for you. Is there truly, truly no way?
Rem, would you like to make a persuasion check?
I would ask for advantage, but I don't think I get that.
I don't think you do either.
I
Does
help to give
Someone want to
advantage?
give me advantage here?
How are you helping?
Oh, I don't have proficiency in persuasion.
Do you all want to make puppy dog eyes?
I have proficiency in persuasion. I have proficiency in persuasion. I
Better
will help.
speak up, Gil.
Gilgamesh has proficiency in
The
persuasion.
hand of the chieftain gives him.
Yeah.
I
my
also
God.
have it. Yes. Give me the advantage. I am going to ask, is there truly no way? And with the advantage I get from Gil, I don't think I can be guided. Can I be inspired?
I have no inspiration left.
Can I get tithes here? Something?
No. I will
Gil,
give
how-
you tithes if I
Then-
could.
Then I will be guided then.
Gil, how are you helping?
I want to step in with Rem. What do I want to say?
A champion deserves to see the fruits of their victory.
As I understand the situation, you seem to be really the only person that can truthfully help us now. And to you, it might seem insignificant or non existent to look at the small time that Suna would be returning, but to the rest of us, that time is much more valuable than any millennia that you might be helping you with.
Make that persuasion check.
With my D4,
You don't get to cast guidance on this, no.
I don't get to be guided.
Off
Lame.
Baldur's Gate.
Lame. But still, I got a 27.
27.
That feels pretty persuasive.
I wanted to hit 30.
I wonder why.
How odd.
Speaking as someone that has lived almost their entire life in service, Suna deserves to see the benefits of serving and not just service.
And truly, only a selfish goddess would believe otherwise.
Damn. Mime out here hitting. It's not even strays, it's tactical nukes here.
Her face softens and she looks over past you all as you guys were stepping past her to Suna. You really do love them. And this is why they accepted your offer. Suna has given more than I even understood. To leave a god confused and bewildered is no small feat. I wish I could say it was the selfishness of gods. Or me. But it is the human emotion of love that is hurting you all the most.
Is love truly just a human emotion? I don't believe it.
You were grieving her before she is even gone.
Grief takes many forms. If anyone was to grieve, it would be me, would it not? My entire existence focuses around seeing what the world is like after others are gone. But more than seeing how it's like when she's gone, because someday Suna will go. I grieve for everyone around her that will not be able to see any more of her and what she can bring to the world when it needs her the most. Grief is not unique.
No.
When one grieves, all around them do. It is all encompassing.
Grief is but a simple synonym for love itself. The mourning of one's absence is the love of one's presence. And you are correct, grief is something I would expect from you. And something that is not unique to you as well. She steps up to the middle that is still opened in the clouds, kind of swirl around each of you, but you see it shimmer like a giant looking glass at the floor of the building, and it focuses. Even now, people are grieving. As you glance down through the looking glass, you see a bloody, beaten, but alive dragonborn, the form of O'Brien, desperately clawing through rubble, his hands splitting open at the rocks as he moves, his muscles tensing as he thrusts aside a chunk of obsidian. He's searching. You can see the form of him rack with exertion and force as he yells. He's silent as you can't hear through the looking glass. You see it once again shift and move. It's inside the Hall of Champions, the Hall of Glory, the templed court itself, and you can see Lixon, his head in his hands, kind of massaging his temple. Something's wrong. He doesn't know what. But it's plain that his face betrays his emotions. He's smart enough to guess. You watch it shift slightly more to the hole in the center of the hall. Next to it, a satyr pacing furiously along the edge of it. Tara's moving and twirling her dagger, parrying a knife in her hand. Someone seems to call just off frame, and you see as she yells something upwards, you assume someone leaned over the railing of the arena and yelled at her. Suna is making sure that all of you make it back.
Do don't forget, everything I've done has been for you four.
Well, I would say 5. And the glass shifts, moves to a sprinting form. A half-elven girl, a cloak pulled up that is running through the street. She's back in the actual material plane. This is Roxy, rushing, building to building, and you see the form of the doctor moving behind as she's not running from anything, she's running to something. She obviously talked her way into something. You can hear the softness in Mistra's voice as that pulls away. And everything you've done, not for one moment has it not made the world around you better.
I suppose it's time we rest while we can. Always more work to do.
That's how life turns.
And if we're done following this thread, I'll start making my way to the place that has been provided to me.
All right. You all venture out towards Rem. And it splits. You see as the sky turns this deeper blue, gray, and black. The clouds become heavy with rain droplets. And you all get rest in the most specific definition that you can see it. In this moment, I must ask, how do you wish to rest? What does your mind and heart pull you towards?
Sleeping on the bus with everyone there.
Asumi.
Rare and drink.
The time we spent at the festival before the world went awful.
Swear to God, if Gil says dirt, I'm gonna scream.
What would you do if I did? What would you do if I said laying in the dirt?
I would scream.
Hmm. I don't know. It does sound kind of nice.
Don't do this.
um, I wanna say there was.
What is the rest
I'm-
for Gil?
Sharpening his sword. For 12 straight hours.
Non-stop. Somehow the blade never gets sharper.
And somehow the armor never gets shinier.
That's kind of sad that I sharpen and sharpen, but it never gets sharper.
Never gets sharper.
But I feel like it has to be. That's some real. That's a divine. That's Sisyphean right there.
Yeah, it is.
And yet one would imagine Sisyphus happy.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy.
So true. This is a tough one.
Or the forge.
The Forge. Gil spends a lot of time just watching over everyone.
That's kind of
Oh
what I
my
was like.
gosh, guys, the oh god, what is it called? The thing that got destroyed at the very like
The
beginning.
Fighters Guild?
Yeah!
I actually was thinking about
Fighters
that.
Guild.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can I get like just kind of like a large room in the Fighters Guild where we can all like hang out and we're all just like there and sleeping.
Okay. Each of you move seamlessly between yours and your companions' rests. The stress and weight on your shoulders melting away in this moment as each of you get what you believe you need in the moment. Nime, you know in your heart of hearts, Esame is alright. Zex, you mill along the ethereal festival, looking so real, but your mind knows that it's simply what you remember and cherish. And you know that one day the world will be able to do this again. Rem, the embrace and love of your goddess is cherished and felt in its entirety. A warm blanket that encapsulates both you and you know extends to your friends. Suna and Gilgamesh, the feeling of camaraderie and togetherness. You realize that companions are what makes the harsh ground of a campsite soft. The matted pillows and sheets of an inn fit for a king. And the food and drink sweeter and more refreshing than you could ever ask for. These last as long as you need, each of you ending at the perfect time to join the others. Whether you are rocked to sleep in your mind, the subtle sway or the laughter and silent, muted conversation sounding off of the floor or market stalls, although your eyes shut. You all get what you need.
Daisy,
I'm listening.
the gods said that questions may be sent to the ether and that they will be answered, correct?
What are you asking?
While within what is effectively her embrace, this is her domain, she has provided this to us. I wish to speak with her once more.
Even as you will it, she herself appears as no more than a student asking for a teacher or a friend calling upon another. As the Lady of Grief appears, her dress flowing outward as she seems to be kneeling in the ethereal ground next to you.
You told me that I was to help another one more time. And I feel as though in my heart that I was to help sooner, yet I fear I have failed. I know not more what I can do. The service that I have for you was from my heart. And strife has been placed upon me, but I have been shown immense grace and comfort through those struggles. Yet to have what I share with you compared to what I can only say was inflicted upon Suna set my blood to a boil. Is there nothing more I can do? Truly nothing more?
If there is nothing for you to do, it is because someone else has already done all that they can to make it so. Are you afraid because you feel like you failed sooner? Or are you afraid because you're coming under the assumption that she might have not wanted you to succeed?
Well, I fear that her not wanting me to succeed stems from her belief that I couldn't. That she has resigned herself to such a fate that she couldn't even begin to dream that someone may try to help her. So, Bo,
She is from the moment that she has realized who you, as well as all of your friends, are. You have managed to make her feel worthwhile and loved. In doing so, she has seen fit to There's not that there was nothing that you could do. Dear child, it is someone else made a deal first. And it is not the deal that you were initially scorning the Mistress of Magic for. You are trying to save her as she is trying to save all of you. Umberlee is not the only god that seemed fit to bury all of you. That being an injustice is one of the things that myself and the mistress do agree cannot happen.
It's funny. I bury their faithful. I serve you and you alone, yet I bury their faithful. Give them rights. Show them honor. And they still scorn me. How funny. But I suppose that's just me believing that I'm above my station. Immortal is immortal, no matter what they do. But I'm sure if I said, oh, I bury your faithful, you owe me, they'd probably stamp me outright.
You know, as someone who was once the same, there is no limits to the amount of extraordinary things mortals can do. I am nothing without your love, Rem. I want you to never forget that. And by such you are always worthy of my love and support. No matter what they wish. I do respect the girl. But her deals were
The
made in
choice
confidence. I can only hope they wish for you to understand later.
What other choice do I have?
None that I would advise. I can say that my heart does swell with joy and pride, knowing that the first faithful that I had the chance to speak to looked like they were ready to talk down gods.
I meant it when I said that your grace truly does transfigure me.
will be working to be worthy of it.
Should I be so lucky when my time comes to pass, maybe I'll stand by you once more. Maybe I'll get to see the divine picture. But that must wait.
When all of this is said and done, maybe I'll have enough of a foothold in the Pantheon to be worthy of a champion.
I'd say you're worthy enough as is. Without your influence, there's no way we would have come this far. I didn't see anyone else offering up their aid.
You won't see their aid until it is needed. You'll have mine. And I know Gilgamesh will be under the support of the Lord of Storms. I'll see what I can. Who I can. Your other two companions might reject any blessings. Mystra is one of the oldest gods, and as such she is heavy-handed with her gifts. The others might not appreciate subtlety. Or they might just straight not accept anything from a divine being at all. When the time comes, only they can make the decision.
That would be their decision to make. But I will, now and forever will, accept any blessing you impart upon me.
I'll be there. I entrust myself, as well as the Pantheon, to yours and your friends' hands.
What other choice do they have? Whether they say it or not, I know they don't want to leave the world themselves. It'd get rather boring, wouldn't it?
We'll see where the dice lands. I, for one, look forward to the future.
And I as well.
I know you all will be watching over it. She bows her head, and as she does, it seems that she almost evaporates, turning into a thin, pale mist, drifting away. With that, I'm going to give one last chance for anyone to say anything. And with that, you are all able to get a long rest. Welcome to level 20.
Fuck yeah.
So, with that, we will be rolling some dice, as it feels like this game is criminally lacking.
Damn, we are finally rolling dice around here.
So, let's start with Nime. Nime, you please let us know
Hi.
what your level 20 provides you.
I get the hit Four hacks.
4 attacks. Alright, and so with your 20th level of fighter, let's roll your health.
Okay, that's a D10
Your D10's the
plus
10 plus 1.
plus. Okay.
You have a +1 con modifier?
There's a 12.
What?
You pleb.
Heh. That's a 8. So my total health will end up being 150. Mental math.
55.
Yep, thank you.
It's okay, I do math.
Yay.
It feels so weird to save that because I know that
That's the last
that's the
save that's ever
last
gonna get made.
file. Nime is now level 20. Zex.
Yep.
What do you get from level 20?
I get Song of Rest up to a D12. I get access to 9th level spells. And I get to learn a new spell.
Alright.
So I'm trading out Plane Shift for Wish, learning True Polymorph. That's what I'm doing.
Alrighty. And with that, with that level, it's a level in Bard.
Yep.
So with that, let's roll your health.
That is a 7.
7 plus 1. So you go to 150.
Whoa, what?
Is that not right?
Hold on. Something's not right. My app is wrong.
I had you as having 142.
42, according to the card.
Yeah.
Yep, give me just a second.
I'm interested in seeing James cheating.
No, my health is reading as 131
Oh.
after level up, which doesn't make sense because my 16th level, I just restored it, says I was at 142 before.
Okay, so your health went down.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it went the wrong direction.
Got you. Okay, that's way funnier.
Damn. Zex got the ligma. It's killing him.
Who the hell is Zex? Alright. Well, Zex is gonna figure that out. Suna.
I am taking my 14th level in Sorcerer. I get, what is it, if we roll Wild Magic, I get 2 options and to choose from there. That's what that does?
Yes.
And then, Zach said what spells he's taking. I'm taking Forest Step,
Ooh.
and now we roll my health.
We also need to make sure that we add on the extra 40 from your boon.
Oh
Wound
my
up.
god.
Wound up.
So you
I forgot
go
about
immediately
that.
from 141 to 181, and now we roll your d6 plus 3.
So I got a 3, so 6.
So 187.
Oh my god.
You got the boon.
I forgot.
Which does,
187?
187, yep. Which reminds me, Gil's probably gonna go down.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of ironic. Suna and I now have the exact same life total.
Really?
Yeah?
That's so funny.
Oh, without the level up, just with the boon gone.
Yeah. With Suna taking the boon, we have the same health now.
Amazing. Oh yeah.
So I think we have a
'cause
new
you were at
frontliner,
227.
everyone. Uh-huh.
All right.
Though I have a chance to go back over 200, so let's hope
Yeah.
so.
All right. So Gilgamesh, what are you taking?
I am taking my 16th level in Barbarian and getting a ASI,
Putting it into.
Dex and Con
Good
to bring
choices.
those both up to a +3.
All right. Which does mean you will gain 19 more HP just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to. I'm busting out the calculator for this. I don't want to deal with this.
What?
So right now, just with the ASI, you go to 206.
Yeah.
And then
That sounds
it's going to be
right.
a D12 plus 3.
D. That is a nice even 10.
My mans didn't even need the boom.
So is that
Nah,
total
but with-
13?
No, total is 10.
Total is 10. Okay.
Nah, but with the boon, I'd be going crazy right now. Let's be real.
So
What are you doing right now? Is this not crazy to you?
I feel like I'm going crazy with the boon.
I was gonna say, I feel like Suna's going pretty crazy with the
so
boon.
that puts Gil to 216.
That adds up to me.
Yeah.
See, I said I would prove myself without the boon. Look at me now.
Alrighty. And last but not least, Rem. What are you doing?
I am taking 1 level in fighter. No.
Congratulations.
I am taking
no, please do it.
20th level in cleric.
Boo.
This gives me a second 7th level spell slot. And not much else. Outside of that, now my divine intervention automatically succeeds. No roll required.
Please roll your HP.
Slightly under average. 4. So a total of +7.
158. And with that, the stats are done. Your sheets are as they will be. During your long rest, you will each get a boon. Less of what you're used to from Mistra, and more of, well, a blessing of sorts. It is your choice whether you wish to take them at all, or if you wish to discard them, as I know that a couple of you might.
Do we know who these are from?
You will.
Okay.
That's fine then.
Huh? That's fine then?
I said, okay, that's fine then.
Okay. So, there are a couple people that are obvious. But a couple other people that aren't. And so I will put those away. Obvious. Rem, you have the divine blessing of Vandria Guildmoth. Gilgamesh, you have the divine blessing, 'Of Cord. The other three of you, you will be getting names. However, I will be typing out to you guys later in private what those blessings actually can be invoked for. And with that, you all convene. Are you ready to go back?
I suppose.
It's time.
Okay. With this, you move and step forward. And as you do, the soft, weightless ground gives way. You step next to rubble, your feet moves uneven. You can smell smoke and fire. The also scent of humidity that comes after rain. It looks like the storm that may have just been moving and had passed over the town of Greywall has just subsided. And while it is dark, you all can see the peak of rose-colored light coming from a sunrise. A shuffle. Footsteps moving catches all of your attentions. Stepping over the mound, kind of moving slowly and deliberately, but with force behind each section. The head of O'Brien looks up and over the rubble that he is parsing over. He looks like he wants to say something, but it catches in his throat. All of you seemingly unscathed.
Can I go give him a big ol' hug?
You step up, slotting your sword behind you, and embrace your friend. And the two of you standing upon the rubble of Lacom's tower. All of you alive, back in the material plane. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Back in the material plane on work visa.
On work visa. Hey!
My favorite
What?
way to do it.
If we get you a marriage visa,
Welcome back from the Divine Gate, guys. I can tell that none of you are happy with me.
I was going to call Umberly the bitch queen. I was gonna risk it.
Shut up.
I was gonna risk it. I was gonna risk it.
It's
Umberly.
I
I'm gonna
can't
do the hydrate now.
blame her, and I kind of take responsibility for it.
Look, I really took exception to being called a toy. It's like, we should just wipe our hands and be done with it. And it's like, I should have sank your fucking temple. I was gonna do it. I thought about it. I was gonna sink that shit. With no remorse. None.
I mean, out of character, I did that 100%. Oopie.
I got a little weep session. That conversation with Mr. got me a little weepy. Crying a little bit. Got really in a REM for a moment. You could hear it. My voice wavered a bit. It was fun.
It was fun.
And
So, yeah.
with
All the
that,
boons, huh?
all the boons are now in Suna.
Oh my god. This is the most broken ass. Oh god.
So
If
we've got
Steal
all
Jazz's
I'm
idea
imagining is just fucking.
and make
Oh my god.
like
I was about
the
to make this
permanent
real
cheat,
difficult.
it's gonna look like the most broken thing. Like if I showed it to anyone who has some
Oh, yeah.
sort of knowledge, I'm gonna be like, "What campaign were you playing?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
It's like, oh, I became
yeah,
became
like
an
you do.
angel at the end, you know?
It's like, did everyone have 20 boons? No, it just kind of.
They could have. They chose
One-
not to.
One
It's
thing
hard to
leads to
explain.
another.
And you should only have 6 right now because we still haven't gotten Lacoms.
I was
Whatever the fuck her corpse
exaggerating.
is.
I don't even know if she has one. Let's be
I don't-
real.
I think she has one. I was wondering if we were gonna get our hands on that or not after
Lacom's-
last session.
Lacom's boon is the friends we made along the way. Yippee.
Truly.
I want to share something written in the back channels with stream before it ends. This was typed out. It's sad boy shit. Suzanne types the only thing that was ever mine, the companionship. And we have to live with that being true.
I mean, it really
That's
kind of
just
is.
gonna be there. That's just gonna hang in the balance, huh? Well, yeah, that's your crack at the gods.
You know,
I
1v1
love- I did see
Umberline
in
at
the private
Denny's
chat
parking
the
lot.
second that I was like, oh yeah, Umberline's here. Just one of you were like, shit.
You
it's-
didn't even finish describing Umberly. And I
No.
was like, oh, fuck. I know who this is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what are I forgot. What are all the boons that I got?
Okay, so we have Rem's boon, which is an extra 9th level spell slot.
If I don't have a 9th level, can I just upcast?
It'll give you a 9th level slot.
Yeah, so I can upcast things
So-
into 9th.
Well, here's also the thing. If you have a 9th level slot artificially, at the time of the level up, you could theoretically get a 9th level spell because you have a slot.
Yes.
I was supposed to let me retcon that, huh?
a 9th level.
I mean, I don't even know if I want any of them.
You can look. I'm
It's
not
it's
against
just
you
a thing.
looking.
It's an option.
At
Well,
this
why don't we
point,
look
you
real
having
quick?
a 9th level spell is not going to break your character anymore.
You can also get Wish. I believe
That's-
Wish is in the sorcerer list.
Kind of hard
That's-
to top what's already been done.
You are right. That is not the thing breaking my character right now.
No, all I can imagine is Suna, Suna, who's like, her red hair is just ever so slightly like always floating off of the mantle now. Just like, oh my god, just absolutely fucking bursting at the seams with magic, both divine and arcane. It's something else. You are
You could get Blade of Disaster.
You are a full. I mean, you're a full-fledged angel, so yeah. Oh boy. Alrighty. Well, with that,
Interesting.
our discussion, our little post-game stuff before I turn the camera off and they all yell at me. Thank
we
you
do
so
every
much for
week.
watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here. If you're watching the stream live, thank you for being here, and I hope you follow and enjoy us. If you're watching the rerun on YouTube, you're a godsend. I love you, and please subscribe. It really helps me feel better about myself and throwing this game onto the internet. I will see you all in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, guys.